Good morning. This is the Michael P. Jeremiah podcast and episode 2 of How Not to Start a YouTube Channel. And the first thing we're going to do is recap episode 1 of what was said, what was done, what was talked about, and we'll continue with that. The Michael P. Jeremiah's podcast show. On today's topic is about what not to do when starting at the top. A person goes to India, does street food, and then all that person does is street food. And that person goes from country to country doing street food, and they're just copying each other. Oh, I can do that. I don't think I'm going to do that.
Step by step.
Is she just a presenter? Is she working for a company? I think it looks like.
In this video, I want to dive into the most important to save us from the uncertainty of success. Start before your mind thinks that you are. It is a marathon.
It's not
a long-term
impulsiveness.
And if you're
this is the most rubbish one.
Do you want to know how to achieve
consistent
monthly profits?
Primal video. This guy is pathetic.
Here's how to create a YouTube channel for beginners. We're going to take you through step by step, starting with how to create a YouTube account. Some simple questions.
I found
channel that'll go ahead and it will make
pay the £499. Go to Alibaba. So that's just a quick recap of episode 1. If you want to go watch that, that's available on the channel. But this is episode 2, and the first thing anyone who wishes to start a YouTube channel should do is put down YouTube videos about how to set up a YouTube channel in the first place. Here's another example. I will show you this. Watch this. Give me a second. Give me a second, please. Here we go.
Four billion people check their email every day. That's 4 billion missed opportunities.
It's not going to land with anyone. No one's going to look at it and think this is for me, because actually you don't even know who it is.
This channel by Jade Beeson, she has 197k subscribers, right? And all it is a pretty video.
To that question. Worth noting that because you're just starting your
Let's see that again.
I'm not going to hang about. We're going to start with week 1. So I'm about to break down what you should be focusing on during the first week of you creating this YouTube channel. And then I'm going to give you a checklist of what you should have done by the end of week 1. Are you ready? Great. So one of the first things you want to focus on is, of course, your strategy. Now, don't be
strategy. That should be in your first 5 minutes.
Makes it sound like this elusive thing.
Not week 1.
No.
First 5 minutes of the YouTube channel should be your strategy. If you're taking a week to figure out your strategy,
think about the intended audience of the content that you are going to create. This is incredibly important because if you start creating content without thinking about who it's for,
working to correct standard procedure. This is not about strategy. You've already created the strategy.
How old are they? What life stage?
The strategy is that you've made the decision to set up a YouTube channel. You've already done it. It doesn't take a week to do it.
It's worth noting that because you're just starting your YouTube channel fresh, all you need is a clear idea of your audience. You don't need a niche. Now,
don't think about audience. The audience will take care of itself. This is wrong information.
Like a category or a topic that you create content about.
Don't think about category or topic. Do not think about category or topic. So many people make a mistake of doing the same videos over and over again, talking about the same subject and topic, and they're stuck. They can't create other videos, right? One particular channel has like 50 other accounts to create different channels on different subjects. You don't need 100 the different channels. This is wrong
The next thing I
information.
want you to think about as part of your strategy is your content format. Now, the format of your content is essentially if you are going to do a lot of vlogs, so you're just taking someone around with you for the day or for the week. Or
This got 40k likes. How did this get 40k likes? And this is giving the wrong information.
And therefore, these are the ones that I want you to focus on because obviously we're just.
She's pretty. She's got the YouTube sign at the back. She's got a nice lighting and whatever. Right. This isn't. It's not about. This is not how you set up a podcast or a YouTube channel. You don't have to look pretty to set up a podcast.
To create a vlog that is compelling to someone who doesn't know you yet. Just like flat out, it's really hard, especially when you're only just getting started with video creation, right? On the other hand, creating a sit-down casual style video where you're speaking about one specific topic or one specific aspect of your life is a lot easier for you to create, and it's also a lot easier to convince someone to go ahead and watch that. A perfect example of this is a vlog where you're saying, come spend the day with me, versus a sit-down talking head video which is called Story Time, How I Met My Boyfriend. Someone who doesn't know you might click on the story time video because that sounds interesting. However, that same person who doesn't know you,
This person doesn't know anything about content creating. This is what this person is thinking is content creating and YouTube creating videos. Then I'm sorry, this person does not know what blogging or whatever it is.
They want you to immerse yourself in your fellow YouTubers' content. A lot of the time when I work with creators and they tell me they want to start YouTube, and I'll be like, okay, cool, who are your favorite YouTubers? And they'll be like, desperately trying to think of that one YouTuber who they watch like once every few months. It's totally fine to start a YouTube channel and not be someone who...
She is talking out of her arse. It's scripted. She's probably employed by somebody because she's pretty and she's probably got an interest in social media and whatever, right? And they probably stuck her on in front of a camera, and she's probably reading it off with script. She probably didn't create these videos herself. She probably has a team, and that's not what someone should be doing when they're first trying to learn how to set up a YouTube channel. The very first thing anybody should be doing is learning OBS or something of that ilk, because even though it sounds so simple, setting up a YouTube channel, press the like button or the upload button and you're good to go. It's not as simple as that. There's so much technicality and so much editing, and I make a cooking video. I make cooking videos, and the editing alone in that video for a 1 hour cook session will take a 5 hour recording, and then you have to edit it, and then you have to program it, and it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as you don't have to be pretty and adorable and whatever. All you need is a microphone. And some of these YouTube videos that say, go and buy the most expensive microphone, go and buy the most expensive audio mixers. They don't even talk about audio mixers. Why isn't she talking about her equipment that she's using to make that video? The video that she sat on making it, she must be using OBS, she must be using something of that format, or she's using Lightworks or something like that. Why isn't she talking about that? A person watching these videos on YouTube, right, for the first time, who doesn't know anything about YouTube, will spend 2 years racking their brains out how to still start a YouTube channel, and it's not correct information. Just because you're pretty and the lighting is okay, the lighting is good, doesn't make a podcast. It doesn't. A podcast is what someone says, the message someone is giving. She talked about something about a boyfriend or something. Why would you click that? I don't want to read a podcast about someone's boyfriend or whatever. If that's what you think niche means, then I'm sorry, you do not understand what niche means. Niche means what's in demand. That's not in demand. This being pretty is not in demand on YouTube. I don't look for that. I've been using YouTube for about a decade. It's my go-to. But I don't sit there looking for pretty. And the vast majority, I'm telling you, there's something like 2 million people searching every day, watching video after video on YouTube. And I guarantee you, they're not looking for pretty. They're looking for information, they're looking for knowledge, they're looking for passages and quotes and the understanding of life and whatever, and so they're looking for podcasts to enjoy and listen, and to listen to someone that makes sense. Why are these videos talking about OBS? That's all you need. To start off, understand OBS. When you log onto OBS for the first time, or something of that ilk, right, it will look like jargon. Trust me, it does. I got introduced to OBS. It took me ages to find out about OBS. But yet none of these videos were talking about OBS or anything of that ilk. I searched it, I couldn't find it. It wasn't there. Because these type of videos, they draw your attention of how not to set up a YouTube channel. I'm not sure if that's a YouTube thing or a Google thing. Because if 8 billion people knew how to set up a YouTube channel, the system will probably break. I don't think it would cope. It would be able to cope. 8 billion people setting up YouTube channels. Imagine it. The whole system will come crumbling down. I don't think the Google servers will be able to cope. So, but instead of telling people how to become, giving the correct information out, they give this nonsense out like this video here, and they promote this kind of video. And we have to avoid. YouTube is going down the road, which I will do more podcasts on where YouTube is going, and something needs to be done. But that's a different topic. That's another debate. That's enough for today's show. This is episode 2 of how not to start a podcast channel or a YouTube channel. How not to start a YouTube channel on YouTube. And the very first thing people need to do is stop watching these type of videos. Thank you.